Hello, fellow industry friends. It is such a pleasure to be back for episode 8. For today's exciting episode, we'll be featuring Leanne Washuta from Cutler. Leanne is the co-lead of operations and interior designer at Cutler, and she's been there for about 2 years, running a variety of sectors and just being an all-star as part of the team. So one of the projects that she's put forward today is a very innovative workplace industrial project, which has been a booming sector during the pandemic. The project that we'll be uncovering is Keirton's office design and warehouse space. For those of you who don't know, Keirton is one of the industry's most respected names for solution engineering for commercial cannabis and hemp cultivation. And Leanne will be sharing with us some of her design strategies that she implemented in this space to create a space of paradoxical experiences inspired by the client's brand. So without further ado, welcome to Spaces Uncovered, Leanne.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Me too. Super stoked to have you here. Leanne, I know that you've been a key part of the design industry for a while.
Yes.
What attracted you to the industry?
I think I knew I always wanted to be an interior designer. I always participated in anything of the arts. So I'm inspired by literature. I'm inspired by the outdoors, especially artwork. I have a membership at the Vancouver Art Gallery, which I like to go to regularly. So definitely always been in my mind to be an interior designer.
And as a leader of a firm that is known for experiential experiences and designs,
Yes.
Where do you seek your inspiration from, especially in a difficult year like what we just had where traveling is limited?
For sure. I think at our firm especially, we have a very diverse group of people. Everyone's very passionate about design. They're very talented designers, and we are a collective. So we have peer reviews, and it's all of us getting together. It's an investment of Cutler's time, as well as a huge benefit to our clients for all of us to get together and review the work that goes out. It's putting lots of different expertise in front of something to ensure it's the best solution. And I would say to you, inspiration. We try to get it everywhere. I think especially during COVID, it was, getting outdoors. It was researching places online, watching videos, reading poetry or literature, anything that makes you think or causes a mood or a feeling. That's where we draw our inspiration.
That's beautiful, and that makes a lot of sense. And I know this project is an industrial flex office. How did you pull from those sources of inspiration for a massive open space? Like, what was it about Keirton that had you excited to design?
I'd have to say, you can't create a great design without having a great client. And Keirton has a wonderful founder named Jay, who also has a great vision and is excited about design. So that allowed us to create something that was really special and that spoke to his brand. For us, we're the storytellers. We just have to extract the information from the client, filter it, and then create something. So for us, we're telling the story that he's already told to us.
Typically when you have one founder, that founder is much more involved in the project and typically comes to the table with a specific design vision. Would you say that Jay, the founder, did he have a specific feeling that he wanted you to evoke in the large open space?
I think for us, we really drew inspiration from their product themselves. They're very large drums that break down cannabis, and compared to their competitors, they're very polished, they're beautiful metal, and we wanted to honor that with the space we designed. For him, he really gave us free rein to do something special. However, he was very connected to clean lines, the touch and feel, the warmth. For us, we always like to provide a sort of activation within the space. And we wanted to make sure that the different spaces that we created amongst the square footage provided that activation. So whether it was a mood or some type of experience, it was a bit of a surprise as you walk through the space.
And Leanne, why don't you walk me through some of those beautiful design features that, really spoke to who Keirton is and what they do?
I mean, the space itself is almost 30,000 square feet. And as you enter reception, we wanted to have something that really paid homage to who they are and what they're about. And so we designed a stainless solid reception desk. It's quite a wow factor as you first enter the space. And then most of the finishes, it's an exploration of texture, soft colors, a really neutral palette, a space to feel comfortable and safe, especially coming out of COVID, and their office was reopening. So it's definitely a space where you can get work done, you can collaborate. But then we wanted these subspaces that, like I spoke of earlier, they're artistic or they provide a sense of activation. So as you go around reception, there's a stairwell that goes to the second floor, and the entire stairwell is orange. And it's quite a surprise because typically fire-rated stairs are, plain concrete and whatever else, but we painted every detail within that stair a color so that you had this transportation to the next floor. Both floors were very similar in palette and texture. We also used biophilia to add that sense of comfort. It's also quite a wow factor on the second floor. You'll see it all over the ceilings. We also had to design a very grand kitchen. So it was something that perhaps would be for a culinary chef to come in and host. So it's a very large, it's about a 20-foot long island with different appliances that could support a culinary chef. So it has a huge impact when you go into the space. It's also a great space for gathering and people to connect. Across from that, we also had to design a space to really showcase their product, so a showroom. Within the showroom, there's an infinity wall, so they can do their own photography, videography, and they can really feature their own product for their business function. So lots of interesting, sort of challenging aspects to the design. We also provided a gym in the back of house, as well as sort of a locker room, change area, shower room. And both of those areas, again, we wanted this sense of almost opposition from the space. We wanted
that paradox, right? Like the
paradox, yeah.
Elements, yeah.
We wanted a paradoxical experience to the rest of the space where you feel enclosed, it's dark, there's lots of mood, all the walls are black, there's lots of texture on the walls, and you can work out in privacy and feel like you're getting something done behind the scenes before you go back out onto the showroom floor. So definitely like different activation points for the paradoxical experiences, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, it sounds like you really achieved a beautiful balance of, the welcoming and the comfort that your founder wanted while still maintaining that premium appeal that is tied to the brand, right?
Yes.
Now, I know that this is a very unexpected concept and space that you created for such a brand, but what would be the one most surprising element or feature that all of your visitors are always, mesmerized by when they walk in, other than the orange staircase?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very large space. That's the first comment. The second comment, we have a hidden door in the kitchen area that takes you into the locker room and the washroom area. So it's integrated within the kitchen millwork, and it's just a very subtle pull to open the large door and go into the dark enclosed space. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That's really cool, yeah. And last question. What advice would you give to somebody who, is trying to figure out their optimal design process, and maybe they're tasked with the challenge of having to instill emotion into a space through design?
Right. I mean, I think for me and for Cutler, Inspiration is always drawn from, art, the outdoors, videos that you see, literature. And so I think first you have to have that sense of inspiration. Again, you have to tell a story. It's your client's story that you're creating into a space. So you really want to make sure that you do the due diligence of a discovery session. You understand the needs of your client, and you're providing a space that is functional and is engaging. So I would say it's a lot of Q&A, it's a lot of research, and making sure that you're inspired to give them something interesting and tell that story.
I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure interviewing you today and learning about Keirton design. I absolutely enjoyed it, and looking forward to see who you nominate on the next one and some more of your beautiful spaces in the future. Well, and for those of you watching at home, thank you again always for the endless support. If you want to receive these episodes directly, please just go through my website, subscribe, and I'll be sending you these as soon as they launch. Otherwise, hope you leave a comment, like it, and subscribe. Until next time.